You've come on here and assassinated the character of everybody involved in this situation. And you've not asked one thing about the origin of his addiction, the path personally out of his addiction. You've not focused one bit on saving that young man's life. So what you've done is attempt to manipulate the situation, cover your own ass, and derogate everyone around here in hopes that you would be edified in the process.
I've owned everything I've ever done. I said I beat myself up every time I've done something wrong and done whatever I did to change it. The situation is we have a parenting...
What have you asked about finding a path to health for Nick?
What have I asked you?
Yeah.
I haven't asked you anything about a path to health for Nick because I got on and I was immediately attacked. I came on expecting if there was no attack, it was going to be fine. The attack came, I'm going to defend myself. So I'm going to say I take my ownership. There's a whole whack of ownership there. Like the excesses in our family, and my daughter took it right to the nines. She's entitled, she's belligerent, and she just does whatever the hell she wants. They tell kids today that your parents can't do anything to you, and what they're meaning is they can't sexually abuse you, and they can't abuse. But that's what they mean. When they're telling them that, when CPS went into the school, they brought out little dolls and said, "Did your dad touch you here? Did your dad touch you there?" None of that ever happened, and so that's what they do. What they don't tell the kids is, by the way, that doesn't mean your parents don't have a right to discipline you when you step out of line.
I asked you a few minutes ago if you ever get tired of listening to yourself talk. You said, "Oh, no. I think if you'll watch this back a few times, you might change your answer. Because the whole time you're derogating others, you've spent all of that time not talking about your son whose life, in my opinion, is in danger.
And who's staying with me right now.
What's the point?
Because
what was your point in saying that?
I'm trying to help him.
You're not qualified. It's so high over your pay grade, you have no idea.
You're right, but he wanted
You are part of the problem, not part of the solution.
Well, yes, I am. And so the last 3 weeks he's been with me, we've had an amazing time in the apartment.
He's been on drugs since he was 10.
Yeah, I know that. No,
so
12,
don't tell
12,
me about
it's
3
12,
weeks.
It's 12.
Don't tell me about 3 weeks. This guy is seriously addicted to drugs. Your son needs serious help. If you don't make a serious shift in your dynamic here, he doesn't have a chance. Yep. So if you continue to do what you're doing it with the full knowledge that you're doing it, throwing your son's life under the bus.
What is it that I'm doing exactly?
Well, I'll tell you what you're doing. You're being controlling, you're being manipulative, you're being narcissistic, and you are attacking everyone in your family because you are so afraid that if you ever let go of controls, that people are going to leave you instead of stay with you.
So 5 years ago, I tried to leave. 5 years ago. I wrote my wife a 17-page letter that said, "I want to leave, let me go."
I'm surprised it was that short.
She begged me to stay. I wanted to go, and you know what the punchline was? I am afraid to be in my own house.
If you learn some new ways to relate and to interact with the same passion that you're embracing the dynamics that you're now embracing, I think you can be a powerful force for good in your son's life.
Yep.
The most powerful role model in any child's life is the same-sex parent, and that's you.
Yep.
That you can lead this young man out of this very dark place. But you have to be willing to say, look, I've got to take a leap of faith and trust somebody, and I'm going to let you give us some guidance here to save this young man's life. I believe you can do it. I believe in you. I believe you can do that with him.
Yep.